Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kotlin Crew Community Talks, where we discuss all the things connected to our favorite programming languages and the most trending one right now. Surprise, surprise, it's called Kotlin. And today I am joined by Ahmed, who's senior mobile engineer at Mobiquity, a company that is promoting itself as a provider of immersive customer experience. And maybe Ahmed, you could jump in here and tell us something more about Mobiquity and what do you do and why?
Mobiquity is a full-service digital transformation enabler that delivers compelling digital products and services that serves a purpose by blending strategy, creative, and engineering.
And I saw on the website that you worked with some really big clients. Maybe you could tell me something more about like the team, how big is the company, and especially the engineering team and the development team. I'm really curious about it.
The company has 1,200 employees. We are having big engineering team. I can't say the whole number right now, but we are a very big team that consists of mobile engineers, front-end engineers, and back-end engineers. Also, we have solution engineers as well.
Okay, so it's a pretty big enterprise, and you are a senior mobile engineer. So I assume you've been working there for quite a while. Is that correct?
I'm currently working at Mobiquity since 1 year.
Okay. So could you tell me something more about your background and, like your, like, let's say like a shortcut of your, engineering career, and how did you end up in this place?
At first, I started working at a company called Etisalat. It's a multinational telecom company where it provides like telecom services. So I was working on their mobile application. I started working on Android. At the beginning, Kotlin was not introduced yet. There was only working in Java. Then the Java has been introduced, and we have saw that has a very good potential, and it provides a lot of features more than Java, and also it
So
likes.
you meant the Kotlin was introduced, not the Java.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean the Kotlin, the Kotlin introduced, so that it has more features, and it makes it easier for the developer to develop the code. It provides less boilerplate. It makes it easier also to maintain the code and read it. So we have used Kotlin. We started to use Kotlin. Then later on, I started to work in a bank. In this bank also, we were in this time Kotlin has been a big thing and important thing now in Android. So I've been continuing with Kotlin. Then later on, I joined Mobiquity, and still working in Android using Kotlin. And also I have experience in iOS and Flutter, which have same. It feels like it feels same when you are working with Kotlin and Swift or Dart. The syntax, like, it feels common.
So I would say you have a pretty vast experience and like a very impressive skill set. Could you tell me more about how are you using Kotlin at Mobiquity? You generally said like mobile apps, but like, could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, normally in Android, it's better to use Kotlin because it provides, as I said, a lot of features, and it makes it easy for the developer to do the job right, and makes it more readable and easier to maintain, because Kotlin provides a lot more things than Java, where there is like data classes, there is higher order functions, lambdas, and also it feels like Kotlin cares for the developer, where it makes you don't have to do the boilerplate code, you don't have to do semicolons. So it's better to use Kotlin in my point of view. And also we do not use Kotlin for just in Android. We use Kotlin in backend systems. Also, we are currently engaged in a project with a large European bank where Kotlin is our primary language of choice.
Okay, that's interesting because I've heard that more and more, like let's say fintech companies are like gravitating towards Kotlin. So that's interesting, and probably since it's so popular in fintech, that's the right choice. We like had a pre-conversation before this call, and you said like it doesn't really pose too many challenges to you when you work with Kotlin, and it's pretty straightforward and easy. But maybe there are some interesting projects that you worked on apart from that, let's say banking part, and maybe some interesting apps that you created or co-created that you would like to mention.
Kotlin has introduced KMM, which is Kotlin multi-platform, which you can use Kotlin to develop multi-platform mobile applications that can work in Android and iOS. I found this technology is very interesting, and I like to dig deeper inside of it and study more of it, and try to do more applications of it. So it kind of interests me to work with it.
And another thing that I would like to learn more about, because you mentioned that you started working in a company and first it was with Java. Like how did you find like the pivoting to Kotlin and like learning the new languages? Was it like difficult or not really?
Actually, the best thing about Kotlin is that you can use it seamlessly with Java. It can be interpolable with Java. So if you have a project in Java, you can easily write a code in Kotlin and use it among the other Java code. This is a very big advantage.
And it's quite a popular practice, I would say, especially from what I've heard. And that's also what we do at DAC Digital here. A lot of projects that we're working on, it's like that dual approach of,
Yes,
of both languages. So it's actually one of the advantages of Kotlin that it's compatible with Java. If you were to give like a little piece of advice for two groups of people, first to maybe startup founders and entrepreneurs, maybe let's say CTOs, what are the criteria for choosing like the right technology and for the right programming language? What should they consider, maybe like in general? What would you recommend as a senior mobile engineer?
For mobile development, if you are doing Android, so it's 100% or
Yeah.
like 99% you have to use Kotlin, because
Yeah, it's recommended by
exactly, yes,
Google.
because not just because it's recommended, but because it offers way more value and advantages rather than the other.
And with actually less code, usually.
Exactly. Less code and better readability. So yeah, why not we select Kotlin? Also for the backend side, we can develop Kotlin so that if you are a startup, so you don't have a lot of developers. So if your backend is in Kotlin, you give a chance for the mobile developer or Android developer to also can work on the backend side because it's Kotlin. So very good advantage and cost reductions for it.
Yeah, actually, that's a good remark, especially for the smaller teams or like smaller budgets. It's more like, let's say, cost efficient here.
If like the KMM has been improved and got out the beta and alpha phase, it can be used for cross-platform. So it also like it would like reduce the costs rather than creating the Android itself and iOS by itself.
And maybe since you have huge experience and you've been within the space for many years, you have some advice to the developers who are new to Kotlin or want to put their hands on the technology. Where to start?
I would say you can find all the materials and everything on the internet and YouTube. You can find it also at Medium. So just you have to start. Everyone has to start somewhere. So just start and begin with studying, begin with practicing. The most important thing in development is that you practice hands-on. You do the things by yourself. Think about application ideas. Try to develop it by yourself. Try to challenge yourself.
Yeah, so, even a small non-commercial one. Yeah. Just to give it a try. Yeah, I believe that just learning to code doesn't make sense if you don't put it in practice, and that's what most of the people who work with Kotlin confirm, that just giving it a try and It sounds amazing, and I would like to thank you very much for actually committing your time to talking more about Kotlin. It was great to talk to you.